It's almost remind time, my dudes!
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts video. Today for you guys, I wanted to talk about the higher quality images of the previews that ended up releasing yesterday towards the premium menu, the data grading mode, as well as the slideshow feature. You guys will know that a whole bunch of stuff ended up coming out yesterday, which were mainly revolving around finally getting a glimpse of the premium menu and those other extra additions that will be part of Remind. Finally, we get to actually see what these things sort of look like in game, giving us a sort of better idea as to kind of how they work. Now, unfortunately, yesterday's previews were pretty much all in Japanese, and on top of that too, the overall image quality of those images were pretty damn low. A few hours after the release of those Japanese images, the official English Kingdom Hearts Twitter account ended up tweeting out some higher quality images, along with obviously the English translations. So, though we go through this, talk furthermore about these new modes, as I'm actually very, very excited for them, like especially the data grading feature, although you might think that's probably one of the most minuscule things to look forward to in amongst all of this Remind goodness. It's actually one aspect of the DLC I am so damn hyped for. That, and of course premium menu, being able to do all sorts of different challenge runs. These have never really officially been implemented in the past, only via like hacking and sort of third-party means, the community coming up with their own creative ideas to obviously do challenge runs throughout all Kingdom Hearts game, but again, they've never officially been implemented, and this is a way of doing so. So first things first, let's start off with the higher quality image of the premium menu, along with all of the English translation goodness going on right here. Now, yesterday, of course, we did end up actually getting some English translations thanks to Key to Truth, which ended up translating the pro codes and exactly what each of them were. Some of these will be a little bit different, as these are like the official English translations right here, and I thought I would talk furthermore about each of the different options that we can currently see within this preview. So starting off with default status. Now, this is an interesting one because I think default status is more so defaulted to being on. This is my guess. If you turn it off, I am sort of guessing that essentially like for status effects throughout the game, so for instance the sneezing effect, the stun effect, the on fire effect that will cause party members to jump around and essentially also be stunned. Default status turned on, perhaps meaning the default duration of these status effects. But then if you turn them off, perhaps maybe the duration of time is actually increased. So zero defense, I'm guessing if you turn that on, essentially it means that you have no defense whatsoever. Your defense stat is completely null void. The HP slip and MP slip are very interesting. What I have going on in my head as of right now is a very slow HP and MP decay if you do have this option turned on. Don't take this as concrete information, but my guess is that it will slowly chip away at the player's health, including both Sora as well as your party members, as you're playing, to make the challenge even furthermore hard. The no cure thing is interesting, though pretty self-explanatory. It essentially means that you can't heal, but not just that, the entire team cannot use any sort of healing whatsoever in the sense of magic, so no cure based magic whatsoever. If of course you do want to take that the extra step and disable yourself and your team from being able to use obviously like healing based items and any other type of items, then you go down to the no battle items, and that will disable you from using those. The interesting thing that we can see right here with the player hovering over the option of no cure, you guys will notice that it actually has 5 stars right there. Now, we do know that there is actually a scoring system for this premium menu, and enables you to do all sorts of different challenges. As I was saying, this is like an official sort of challenge mode to a certain degree. We do get ranks, and you can see that we have 4 bosses listed right here in the history section. It would seem as if you get points based upon how well you perform against the different bosses throughout the game. I don't know if this applies for just the other encounters or just simply, killing off Heartless throughout the game, as you could probably grind points from continually spawning in mobs. So it seems to be that the only way that you actually accumulate points within this premium menu sort of challenge mode to achieve different ranks is via the boss encounters. Now, what I also do believe is, depending on how many different pro codes you have activated right here, which must be the black code portion of the premium menu will probably multiply in some degree the amount of points that you actually accumulate through each different boss encounter, because with the player hovering over the no cure option and it being 5-star, it makes me think that is an indicator towards the fact that if you have no cure on, you're going to accumulate a much higher score. Obviously, if you have absolutely all of the pro codes enabled, you're going to be getting the highest score possible. Though, of course, being able to defeat pretty much any of the bosses with all the pro codes on is gonna be a fucking hard time, dude. The stars definitely got me thinking about the battle level and the way that was represented in Kingdom Hearts 1. When you go to the world map, the battle level is actually represented by a number of stars, whereas going forward, the battle level for worlds was rather represented by just a simple number, rather than a certain number of stars as well as different colored stars. Now with the ranking system right here, I hope there is some kind of a reward scheme actually set up to the ranks in themselves. It would be super cool to actually see the crowns return that of course we were able to achieve in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix that went through either bronze, silver, or gold depending on what pieces of the Final Mix in-game content you had completed and how many of those you had completed. So it would be really cool that if you achieve a certain rank you get bronze, and even higher rank you get silver, and 2 ranks above that, maybe a gold. And if you achieve like the all-time highest, craziest rank possible, which you would have to actually have all of the pro codes enabled at once in order to achieve, you get some kind of platinum glowing crown of some sorts. Really reward the people that are actually going to get their souls shattered and put their literal lives on the line. Now the Kingdom Hearts Twitter account mentioned right here, we've added codes to make the game either easier or harder, so this reassures us that the Fast Pass mode is still part of the premium menu. The sort of pro code side of it, or black code side of it, is what we're seeing right here in this preview image, with all things to make the experience more harder and give you restrictions. Also, an important thing to keep in mind is, say that you are doing a playthrough with some of these pro codes on, and you just get to a point where you're like, actually, this is ridiculous, I cannot go any further, I need to turn this and that off. You can do that. So keep in mind you can access the pro code menu of the game, as well as I'm also guessing the fast pass portion as well. Most likely if you die, similar to the prepare and retry in the menu on the death screen, there'll probably be something to access the premium menu in order to turn off some of the options that perhaps maybe you're struggling with. So let's take a look at the higher quality images of the data grading feature. So this is obviously the menu right here to select what world you're going to be placing all of your stuff in and what main characters you're going to be using. It looks like there's probably going to be a total of 33 or 32 different sets that we can go through, and all in which will be including most of the different worlds that appear throughout Kingdom Hearts 3. As of course there's not too much more of this menu to scroll through, and the sunset version of the island connected by the bridge on Destiny Islands is labeled as set number 31. Over on this page we can see a more high quality version of the object selection, but we can finally now read the information down the bottom right of the screen, reading characters 1 out of 25. So yep, you can place a total of 25 characters into this set. You can also place a total of 25 objects, keeping in mind that apparently Dream Eaters do come under the category of objects. And yes, of course, you can switch through different categories up here. This is just simply the Dream Eater category. Not just that, but you can also apply different effects onto the actual picture or screen as well, which is super nice to know, and you can have up to a total of 3 of them enabled at one time. And apparently there is also a filter mode, which currently within this preview is set to off. I am telling you guys right now, the reason why I am so damn excited for this data grading mode is this is a literal fucking meme machine, dude. The amount of filth that is gonna come out of this mode is going to be ridiculous. But I am so ready for it. I don't know if Square Enix quite properly thought this one through, boys. I honestly don't. Surely they must have thought to themselves, is this a good idea, sir? Like, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to give the community this much power? No, but seriously, the amount of content that is going to flow, absolutely fucking flow out of this mode is going to be so top tier, man. I am so ready. And here is the higher quality image of the slideshow preview with the menu options. We've got play, record, change photo, select background music, save, load, and exit. So you can actually save entire slideshows, which is cool, and also load them up. It also looks like you can change the frame that will go around the photo as well as an option up the top right of the screen. We can see in this preview right here, there's a cool little sort of plaid type of frame with all sorts of different Kingdom Hearts icons and emblems surrounding it. We can also now properly see these smaller preview pictures that are lined up for the actual slideshow in itself, and specifically looking at the Axel one right here, that is definitely Axel versus Xion from that infamous scene from Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. And that's another really cool thing about this mode. We're going to be able to essentially recreate scenes to a certain degree, ones that obviously took place in worlds that we can access in Kingdom Hearts 3 via this mode, within the actual data greeting mode, which is so cool to see. And for the likes of this one specifically, this is a recreated scene from Days. What the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter account said about the data greeting mode was, you'll be able to place objects and characters and change their poses and expressions to create your own custom photos. The one thing to keep in mind is, I don't think that we're going to be able to have like custom poses and whatnot and actually like sort of change whereabouts the sort of limbs and stuff are with the characters. At that point, you really would be giving the community too much power, but of course I can't confirm that because we don't actually officially have access to the mode as of right now. However, more so I think we're just going to have access to a bunch of preset different animations and poses and expressions that we'll be able to flick throughout a menu and apply to that character. Now, personally though, I do believe as if there will be some restrictions as to like sort of how close you can place objects and characters to one another. I don't think you're going to be able to like sort of phase characters into each other type of thing, and that's when stuff would start to get really worrying and quite dangerous. Otherwise, yeah, the fanfics, the fanfics would start to become actual realities. However guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about in today's video. Just talk furthermore about these upcoming extra additions to, of course, Remind. Guys, we are not too far away now. Like, literally, it's mind-boggling. We're so close to the next juicy slice of Kingdom Hearts. Keeping in mind, update 1.07 is set to release before the actual release of Kingdom Hearts 3's DLC, which of course means that the update shouldn't actually be too far away. Again, feeling like there could be a chance of the update dropping either tonight or maybe sometime tomorrow, but of course we'll just have to wait and see. However guys, I'm Cynical, hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Till next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.